Good afternoon and welcome to the CHICAT show. I'm Trudy Merrick, recruitment and admissions, and with me today is my counterpart, Walter Bush.
Good afternoon.
Walter is responsible for our workforce development. And today we're going to speak to you about a couple of items that have been going on at CHICAT lately, one of which is our graduation was on December 9th. That was great. Great experience. You know, we had four cohorts go through their graduation ceremony of completion. So we were really excited about that. I'm going to share a little slide presentation of the wonderfulness of that. Didn't you think it was great?
Oh, it was definitely an awesome event. We had 27 adult learners graduate from our program. Some very inspirational and motivational speakers. And again, just to echo what you said, it was an awesome day.
Yeah, it was really great. It was something that culminated 27 adults taking the leap into the next phase of their careers. And one of the things we take great pride in is helping people to understand that we're preparing them for a new path, careers, not just jobs, but careers. And we look forward to the next group of students coming through. As a matter of fact, we have a class starting in January for health information technology, which is, we're going to talk a little bit about that later on in the show, as well as 3 other courses starting in March. So we are really looking forward to getting some folks set up to participate in those programs. So right now we're going to give you the opportunity to see what we saw on December 9th for our graduation. Okay, so this was our second annual graduation, and it was called Creating Opportunities for Change, which is basically what, we try to promote and ensure those that, go through that rigorous training that they're going to see some change in their life. I thought it was a great theme, and interesting enough, our keynote speaker spoke to the change that's going to come into her life. This is one of our board members. He gave the commencement address. Judge Boyd. We are fortunate enough to have him on our board, and our executive director, Lisa Moultrie. And this is our keynote speaker. She did a wonderful job. She is from our Health Information Technology program, and she definitely shared her journey. So that was a good, profound piece of information. She did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I agree. And one of the key elements that I took from that, and I think everybody in the room was moved, some people moved to tears just to see and hear the path from where she came from, and then how she got to this point to come to CHICAT, and then just the hope and the vision and the reality that life goes on, and there is a clear path through adversity, and she made it through that.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a very heartfelt commencement address, but it also helped, highlight, the way that we can touch people and change people's lives through our programming.
Yeah, which is very important. You just never know how you can have an impact. And the opportunity for us to have one of our partners speak from Advocate in the upper right-hand corner, and our director, Kimberly Dismuke, on the bottom right. It was a very great time for all who participated. And here are some of our graduates with their happy faces sharing their completion diploma with their family and friends. And there's a couple of moms with their daughters. That's the kind of stuff we like to see because that's inspiring their youth to keep moving, never stop trying to elevate yourself. So that's the message that comes from, people participating and experiencing something like this. Happy graduates. The students receiving their certificates. It was a beautiful day, great day for all. So we have in case you're not familiar with CHICAT, we have 3 programs that we teach. We have 3 great programs for the area that we're in. There are 2 industries that we focus on. And in completing these certifications, you can really launch yourself into the next level. Manufacturing is one. We have the 2 programs in manufacturing, and if you can share some of that information on our manufacturing programs.
Definitely. The 2 manufacturing courses that we offer are both 6 months long. One focuses on maintenance mechanics. So students in that class are learning about blueprint reading, they learn shop math, and then they really get in depth into the industry, learning about pneumatics, hydraulics, electronic systems, AC, DC, electrical, with the end goal of preparing our students to become maintenance technicians in the manufacturing field, which in terms of our manufacturing community in Chicago, it's a huge manufacturing presence with manufacturing companies. Some that have been here for over 100 years, some are small companies. Then there's some larger multinational companies that are centered in Chicago. Our second course that we offer that's also in manufacturing is our food lab quality control program, which of course focuses on food manufacturing. But in that class, students learn about microbiology, they learn about food science, food safety, which is really the core focus of the curriculum. Students in that course come away with a food safety certification along with Six Sigma white belt, allergen awareness. And again, the end goal of that program also is for full career placement or employment in the industry. So our students typically lead that program going into roles such as food safety technicians, food analyzing technicians, roles where they're ensuring that the food that goes to our store shelves are safe and meet quality standards, meet USDA standards and FDA standards. So both of those programs, there's a lot of overlap in terms of food manufacturing because both courses learn about the food production process and what it takes to get a raw material from point A to point B, being the store shelf. And again, without the machines working properly in a food manufacturing setting, which our maintenance technicians focus on, you can't create products. So both of the courses are really intertwined. And the greatest thing about these certifications that one, they're nationally recognized.
Right, right. I was going to
And
say, yeah, that's important to know.
exactly. So students can not only work in Illinois, but if they choose to move anywhere in the United States, their certifications would be valid. And there are manufacturing companies all around the world. So it really gives our students the ability to move up in the industry relatively quickly, and start off by earning a very substantial wage. And I know you'll pull up the
Yeah, we'll have that
statistics
chart,
soon.
right? So you can see that. That is very important to know that it definitely elevates anybody who completes and is committed to moving on with this education. It just lifts you to the next level with not only the stability, with the knowledge, but also with the income. You know, you can make your life very stable because socioeconomic stability is very necessary in this climate. We get so caught up in earning our paycheck to take care of the immediate needs of life that we get so caught up in that we lose track that we need to, try to make some kind of commitment to ourselves for long term. And these are the careers that can take you there. We've had the opportunity to have both the instructors for the maintenance mechanic and the lab quality control programs. We've had both those instructors on our show, and they've been interviewed and provided valuable information to anyone who's interested and who's considering those fields, because these are industries and certifications that can offer you multiple paths to take. There's not one path you can take. You have to take with these certifications. You can go into vast avenues. With the lab quality control, you can not only work in a warehouse, work for a manufacturer of food, but you can also go into government because they need inspectors and quality control technicians in these areas. So they need the experience. So you can take that opportunity to just continue being educated, continue the experience, and continuing to grow. And, you can just go for the moon if you really choose to. But this is a start for those of you who may be, wondering where to begin and not really knowing if you are willing to commit 2 years or 4 years to changing your life. We're saying these programs, you can start that path at 6 months and get the support and the encouragement that you need in a small environment with a great teacher to student ratio, because the classes are not big in the least. So you have that focus from your instructor to help you understand what it is you're being taught and whether you get it.
Yeah. And another great thing about our classes is that they're all hands-on. So you're not just sitting in a classroom stagnant, but our students are actually doing activities that would be the same things you would be doing at work. So it really prepares them from day one, what the work world would look like, what the day-to-day job tasks they would be doing look like. So they'll really be prepared and give them the leg up versus someone who starts or applies to that job just straight off the street.
Right, right. And with our instructors, they can give you that experience and that knowledge. They can share their experiences with you, so you're learning in multiple ways, and it's a great opportunity. And our next program is Health Information Technology, medical billing and medical coding, with the extra components required to thrive in the healthcare industry, because one of the things that's very significant in that industry is the information of a patient. And you can have opportunities in that area as well. You can choose what avenue you want to take in that as well, and even including to where you'd like to work. You can, choose if you'd like to work remotely, hospital, doctor's office. You can choose multiple areas to work in. This is one of our programs, and this particular program is 9 months. We are currently enrolling for a January 6th HIT class. So that class will start on January 6th. We are currently enrolling students, so please come on by. We have information sessions every day, starting at 9:30. Our larger information session is Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 9:30. So I will be more than happy to provide you all the information you need for enrolling in this program and starting the process to enroll in this program. Our maintenance mechanic lab quality control begins on March 9th, as well as another HIT class. So March 9th and January 6th. The Health Information Technology course, the program has been designed to fulfill the market demand for trained medical coders, medical billers, and insurance claims processors. So these, as all of our courses, they're Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 2:30. The HIT program is 32 weeks, so that's 960 hours of class time. There will be an externship, and you will receive an industry credential of APC and CPC certification. And again, it is problem-based learning in simulated work environment. This class, 16 students in this class, and you'll be learning anatomy and physiology, medical terminology, insurance claims processing, ACD-9, ACD-10 coding, HIPPA, revenue cycle, and coding and billing. So there's a lot that you will be expected to learn and understand, and all of this prepares you for the certification exam, which we will assist you with. This is the government statistical chart on our programs, and Walter, if you could guide us through this.
Definitely. So these statistics are from the National Bureau of Labor Statistics. So when we look at national numbers, we also compare those to Chicagoland employers. And what we found from the beginning of our programs is that the jobs that we prepare our students for, we actually place our students in, match up very closely with the national numbers. So as you can see, for the approximately the next 10 years, the growth rate for medical billing and coding is a 13% growth rate in that industry. The median salary for a professional in that field is $19.40 an hour, which translates to approximately $40,000 per year. But it does not show you the value of benefits. And I always talk about benefits. Typically, all of our program jobs we place people in have benefits that typically equal out to about $8,000 to $10,000 a year. So the value of that is not just salary, but $40,000, then you add $10,000 to that, looking at the whole package.
Which is medical benefits and in some cases 401k, so that's a retirement benefit. Yeah, you have to think about all of that, so that elevates your salary considerably.
Exactly. Then if you look at the number of jobs posted, job leads, nationally it was around 206,000. And then for our maintenance mechanic program, the growth rate nationally was 5%. Median salary, almost $25 per hour, translating to $51,000 a year. And demand again on the rise at more over 500,000 job postings for that career. And our lab quality control program, as you can see, there was 6% growth. Median salary, almost $20 per hour, which translated to $40,000 per year, with 29,000 job postings. The 29,000, I would say the reason why it's not as much as the other ones, typically lab quality control departments don't have as many employees as the other two. But again, 29,000 is still a substantial amount. And again, in Chicago, we see a great demand for all three of these. So employers are actually in dire need of trained, qualified professionals in each one of these areas. So there is no shortage on jobs. The jobs are plentiful.
Yeah, and the other thing that we didn't mention about speaking of benefits, the manufacturing field, what you tend to run into is overtime.
Oh, a lot of overtime. But again, because of the demand, there's a shortage on skilled, qualified individuals, so employers have to make do. And especially in manufacturing, some manufacturing plants run 24-hour
24 hours.
operations. So there are multiple shifts. And then also with the maintenance technician, maintenance mechanic positions, a lot of older technicians are retiring. So there's, again, a big gap in terms of shortage of qualified folks. So
Great opportunity for young people especially.
Definitely.
Definitely a great opportunity for those of you who are out there not really certain of what you want to do, direction you want to go in. You can make a hobby a career, And so when you come in for on your application day for the information session, our recommendation is that you bring the following documents so that we can start your process and there's no delay. And that is your driver's license, state ID, a copy of your high school diploma or GED, any education transcripts you may have, a resume, and we will set you up on your TABE test, which is an adult assessment. And it is required for all of our entering students. So, with all that said, you can find us near Ashland and Roosevelt, 1701 West 13th Street. We're just between the Jewels and the Costco, if you're familiar with that area. We're not really hard to find, so you can always stop by for any information sessions. And also, the other thing that you can be informed about is when parents come in, they tend to find out that we have a great youth program. And they have classes starting in February. So you may also want to consider getting information about that. When you come by for your enrolling in your adult education program, you can also find out that there's things for your youth to do, because there's a whole lot of visual and creative programming for the youth from middle school to high school. So keep that in mind when you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with your young ones. for the winter and spring. Come on by, give us a call, 312-733-1701. Again, we are between Jules and Costco, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.